Hello, and welcome to the Empowerography Podcast. This is a platform created for women's voices to be heard and a place to share their stories, journeys, and successes with the world for the purpose of helping other women who might be on similar journeys. We are empowering women one episode at a time. I'm your host, Brad Walsh, so kick back, grab one of your favorite beverages, and enjoy the stories. Hello there, Brad Walsh here, your host of the Empowerography Podcast. Today, my guest is Elizabeth Hamilton-Guarino. She is a Hay House author and the CEO of the Best Ever You Network. How are you doing today, Elizabeth?
Thank you so much, Brad. I'm great. It's sunny here in Maine, and I'm honored to be on your show. Thank you for including me.
Well, thank you for agreeing to be a guest. It's sunny here in Toronto, too, so this seems like the sun is shining, at least where you and I are, so that's a good thing. It's a good start to the weekend.
It is.
How's your morning going so far?
It's brewing up nicely. I start every day with some gratitude for sure, with some of the things that I've been through in my life. So I am one of those people who starts the day out with gratitude, just even simply for being, breathing.
Yeah, I love it.
So, yeah.
Good to be thankful.
Always.
So I've read over your bio, your story, and I have to say I'm absolutely in awe of you and all you have done, and you continue. You wear so many hats. My mind was blown when I was reading through your story and your bio. You've written 4 books. You're a CEO of 2 companies, the Best Ever You Network and Compliance 4. You're a radio show host of the Best Ever You. You're crowned Miss Maine. You're a mom of 4 boys, a trainer, a speaker. Where on earth do you find the time to do all this and wear all these hats?
Every day is a little different.
I guess you got enough stuff going on there.
Well, I think I'm pretty entrepreneurial in nature, but please don't be in awe. I'm just me. And I think, I think what I've found in doing, and having a lot of ideas and things like that is we all really help each other. I know we were talking about collaborating before we started the show and how important that is. And that's really one of my stronger messages that's kind of percolating up and brewing forward for me as I go into my 50s here, because I'll be 51 this year. Okay. And so it's not like I've done all those things and I'm, in my 20s. I'm more 51-ish. And, things have changed and evolved over the years with different interests and time frames and periods of time in my life. And I've had the really good fortune to have some amazing people in my life, so that when I vocalize a goal or a dream or something, people help. Yeah. And show up to help accomplish it. Not everything, trust me. Some people have been like, oh, that's a really stupid idea or whatever. And some of those I'll bring to life, even if somebody tells me they're stupid ideas or
just to
whatever.
Prove them wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm sure you're entrepreneurial as well. Yeah. Even the podcast proves that. So, it's just fun. The more the merrier.
But I honestly am in awe of you, because I just think back to things I've heard where even as recent as a few years ago, where people are saying that women can't have it all. Women can't have the family, raise the family, have the career and the house and you've completely disproven that. And it's mind blowing that you do all you do. I think it is very commendable, and you should be incredibly proud, because you have just proven that women can have it all and can do it all.
We can. We're
absolutely.
Yeah. We definitely can. One of the decisions I made a really long time ago, that might be contrary to, some of the decisions out there, was I decided a long time ago, really never to, put my children in full-time daycare. Part-time was okay, a few days a week, a couple mornings, 9 to 12 or whatever it was, but never full-time daycare. Right. And so that meant we were going to, both my husband and I, shift how we operated as working professionals. And I wouldn't be me without the other half of me,
Right.
who has also really home-based businesses.
Okay.
The entire time.
So your husband's an entrepreneur as well.
Or has had the good fortune of having companies allow us to base from home and either work from home or, travel to where you need to go for that meeting or that presentation, those types of things.
Yeah.
So, but together, we can do one of those giant high fives, probably elbow rubs in this time, but well, I guess not because we're quarantined, so we're good. We can high five in this house.
Yeah.
But, to really support each other. And that's, again, it comes back to that, even in a marriage, you're collaborating to some extent or a lot of extent to get dreams accomplished.
Well, I mean, especially as an entrepreneur, having a good support system in place is key, right? So
yeah, I remember when the littlest one, his name is Quaid, he's now 18.
Mm-hmm.
He went into first grade, and I was like, woohoo, I'm getting a job, yay! One of those moments, like I'm putting a suit on, some heels on, doing my makeup, I'm going out the door. And it was like probably a few months into it, I'm like, oh no, what have I done? And that was the moment that I brewed up the Best Ever You Network.
Okay.
Yep, and decided I got to write a book about this.
Awesome.
And I closed my door at work, and I was like, wow, I wrote the business plan to Best Ever You, which was, just scribble scrabble at that point, but whatever. And came home and announced that I had quit my job. You should have seen the look on everybody's face.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Oh, yeah, super funny. But they got over it. But over the years, people are brutal sometimes to women with their choices, and men. Work from home, don't work from home, work out of the house, don't work out of the house.
Yeah.
You're only going to bake so many cookies with that college degree you've got before you go nuts or whatever.
Yeah, no,
I've had so much crap said to me over the years. I'm like, you got to be kidding.
It's horrible. I mean, do you think that those stereotypes are still as prevalent? I think they're still there. I mean, I come from a corporate background, and I saw the old boys club. And then, of course, the other side of things where women are competing with each other for jobs and they're tearing each other down instead of building each other up. And I was just like, I can't believe this is happening. Women are not supporting one another. They're tearing each other down.
I think you get a mix of everything. And as long as you're aware and have tools and resources to kind of maneuver through that, and you stay true to you. Yeah. And keep yourself, bubble wrapped through that or whatever you've got to do.
Yeah.
I think it's important to make decisions that are right for you.
Absolutely.
And really, yes, people judge, but oh well,
Yeah. You gotta let it roll off your back and you do what's right for you. I mean, if that 9 to 5 job is your thing, then great, go for it. And if it's not, and entrepreneurship is more your thing, go for it. If you don't try it, you'll never know. And then 10 years down the road, you'll be saying to yourself, shit, I'm kicking yourself in the ass. I should have done that 10 years ago when I was thinking about it then.
Oh yeah. The shoulda, coulda, wouldas are nasty.
Yeah.
That's one to be avoided. That could be also why I do a lot of different things. So I avoid those shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I'll try it and suck at it before I'll think, oh, I should have done that. Or
That's a great attitude, though.
But my favorite comment was when I was probably about 6 months into the Best Ever You Network, and somebody called and they were really threatened because I had registered domains of best this and best that and best whatever. And a guy called me and he was really mad that I wouldn't sell him besteveryou.com. And I said, no, it's mine. I'm gonna keep that and develop it and do all this stuff. And he goes, you're nothing but a washed up soccer mom. And I'm like, dude, my kids don't even play soccer. They play baseball.
Unbelievable. People are just, I don't understand some of them, but those people, you just gotta kind of
whatever,
fall by the wayside and go on your way, and that's it.
Yeah. So I love the Best Ever You Network. It is one of those places where you can join our website, you can join our community, which we have this cool Facebook group. I merged with another gal, Chris Fuller, who I introduced you to. And we merged our Facebook groups, and there's like 3,300 people in a Facebook group now. And it's called Conversations with Elizabeth and Chris about mindset and well-being. I think engagement is so important right now. Because, it's one thing to have people follow you and like your posts and all that stuff. But I'm learning as I go that really what you want are those connections through engagement.
100%. The conversations. You want to get conversations happening and serious, like good talks.
Yeah. Yeah, like this. I mean, this is fun. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. So can you tell us a bit about your two companies, Best Ever You and Compliance For?
Sure. Thank you for asking. So I have two sides of me. When I was in my 20s, I was very financial services in that industry, and I still am. And my husband is a chief compliance officer in financial services. So together we own a company called Compliance For, and it's a boutique compliance consulting firm that offers outsourced chief compliance officer assistance, just everything compliance to the mutual fund industry and others. So that's that. And that's compliance and the number 4.com. And then the Best Ever You Network, I was talking a little bit about that. That's at besteveryou.com. And that's a site where you can join. And really there's two ways to interact with us there. If you're an expert or an author type, we'd love for you to join, and I will set your permission to access our blog, and you can contribute.
Awesome.
So we love our video contributors, our bloggers. Yes. And then we have our audience who reads what people contribute.
Right.
They listen to our own podcast, which is the Best Ever You Show. And we're launching an academy, and we're also writing a new book.
Awesome. Again, keep him very, very busy wearing all those hats. That's amazing. So
I have help. Chris Fuller is key.
Chris is an awesome lady. I had a chat with her earlier this week. She's a very, very nice lady.
Brilliant. She's a brilliant soul.
Yes, absolutely. How long has Best Ever You been in existence now?
It's been there since 2008.
2008. Wow. And what was your inspiration to create it? Where did that come from?
Well, I was sitting in that office of the job I thought I wanted, and I was in the middle of people arguing. It was actually four boys arguing. I won't name names or anything like that, but they were really at it. And I closed my door and I wrote down, there's got to be something better than this.
And that was it.
The
idea was born.
Yeah. And I went home not knowing a thing about websites, mind you, at all. And I asked my neighbor down the street what she thought of this. I'm like, there's got to be, I said, there's got to be something better than this.
Yeah.
And I tried pageants, thinking that might be a good way to connect with women and so forth. Yeah. That's a little throwdownish and competitive for my nature.
Yes, I've heard that.
Yeah. So, the throwdown backstage is crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Anyway. So we started Best Ever You, my neighbor and I featured my friend from kindergarten, Kathy Papera, on the website with her company she was making baby bibs at her kitchen table.
Oh, okay.
And we went from there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you also have the Best Ever You radio show or podcast. How often does that air, and how did the idea for the radio bit of it come about, or the podcast bit of it?
Well, I had a friend who approached me and say, you really need to do this podcast thing. And that was just about what feels like 100,000 years ago now. As podcasts are becoming more and more popular,
yes. Like
I'm kind of feeling like, oh, gosh, I have 500 shows now, actually like over 500 shows.
Wow.
And I'm a little tired of podcasting myself, but I'm seeing let me rephrase that. I weave in and out of being tired of podcasting.
Right.
And then somebody will come along and say, oh, you need to interview. And I'll be like, okay, that's a good idea, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it used to be Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1.
Okay.
And now it's probably a few shows a month, with being particular with who's on.
And these episodes are available on the Best Ever You website?
They are. We air live on Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, awesome.
And then we syndicate out from there into download mode, and we're on iHeartRadio.
Wow.
We're on iTunes. I think that's not called iTunes anymore. Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Spotify. Wherever you get a podcast. I think it's called Podchaser. That's a pretty cool one.
Okay.
That's almost like a community of podcasting.
Oh, is it?
Neat. Yeah. So we're pretty syndicated out there with several million downloads at this point. And so it's doing its thing.
That's amazing.
And I love the show. I love the show. I want to keep doing the show. I take breaks from the show to kind of focus on writing. I think that's probably mostly why I take breaks from that.
So how do you select your guests for the podcast, for the radio show?
I never do.
Oh.
Whoever comes my way,
yeah,
I pretty much allow them on.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If I've had a few moments where I've reached out and begged and pleaded for a cool guest, like Jack Canfield's been on, and things like that. People like that, real high level, people in the industry of self-help and personal development. One of my favorite people is Dr. Ivan Meisner, and that's why I asked if you were going to invite interview men on your show, because if you ever want to break format, for even a day or two, he's a phenomenal guest, and
I will keep that in mind.
The founder of BNI. So
the Business Network. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow.
He's lovely. He writes for Best Ever You and has been a supporter of ours since probably day one. That's lovely.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How did that relationship come about? How did that introduction happen and he get involved with Best Ever You?
That was one where I asked, and surprisingly, I didn't have to do a real hard beg and plead. He's just a kind soul. Amazing. He's a really neat person. My guess is he says yes way more than he ever says no. That's great,
because you don't hear a lot of that.
No, in fact, I had him on the radio show a while back, and we barely talked about him. We talked about Star Trek the whole time. That was funny.
That's hilarious.
He loves that show.
So did I see you also have a TV thing with Best Ever You as well?
Well, we do. I have a TV anchor background, TV reporter anchor background. And so sometimes I like to pretend I have that studio in my home office, and I quickly realize the lighting isn't the same. I'm 51. But we do interviews on Zoom. I've messed around with it a little bit here, and I think we'll probably take off in that direction more and more.
Very cool. So tell us about your book, Percolate.
Oh, thank you for asking about that. That's getting old and still percolating. Excellent. So it's a huge honor to be an author with Hay House. That's a huge publishing firm, and they're on the West Coast, and they're they house works of Wayne Dyer and Louise Hay, and
you're in very good company.
You just feel like you're on the bottom pedal of very good company, but still in good company. Yes. And so Percolate, Let Your Best Self Filter Through was released on 4/14/14.
Okay.
And so I always think there's a lot of fours that go with that book. With having four boys, and I see a lot of fours, so a lot of angels behind this book.
So Elizabeth, what was the inspiration behind Percolate, Let Your Best Self Filter Through?
Thank you for asking about that. That book is about 6 years old and still percolating as we speak around the globe. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
The inspiration really behind the book is my dad. My dad, James Hamilton, was a stroke survivor. He had a stroke in 2004 and passed away October 2018.
Oh, and I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you for that. They called him the ICU warrior and all sorts of amazing things for what he survived. And really the book centers around a moment where he was in a speech rehab session where a nurse asked him to do an alphabet exercise.
Mm-hmm.
And the nurse kind of warned my mom and I that most people don't say much. And instead, he rattled off the word aardvark for the letter A, which was mind-blowing. We're like, we got drugs for sure. And then yeah, exactly. And then he rattled off benevolence, courage, determination, excellence. F was not a pleasant word, but we changed it to faith for the book, and so forth. It was just this really inspirational set of words. And I took out my journal, and I'm a terrible artist, but I managed to draw a coffee cup with the words percolate, ABCs of life coming out of the coffee cup.
Okay.
Which I still have that drawing, and it's
do you?
terribly embarrassing. Yeah, I do. I post it every once in a while. So the cover of the book looks much better than my drawing. And I submitted Percolate ABCs of Life to Hay House, and really what we decided to do was base it on what Best Ever You was formed on, which are the 10 points of change. Okay. And in Percolate, we wrote about 9 of them.
Yeah.
And so really what Percolate is a manual, if you will. It's all coffee metaphors and stories and things like that, but it's the manual for how human beings make change, decide to deal with change, cope with change, and all that. So it's a 9-step process in there for how to deal with change.
Sounds amazing.
Around my dad, yeah.
Sounds amazing. So of all the hats you wear, because as we mentioned earlier, you wear a hell of a lot of hats. Which one fits you the best? Which one do you love wearing the most? If I could ask that, if you could answer that, I don't know. Some people would say that's like asking a parent to choose their favorite child, but let's give it a shot.
Well, actually, my favorite role is mom, wife. Yeah, I'm so proud to be a mom, and I have 4 boys. They're 18, 20, 22, and 24.
Wow.
Yep. And coolest, husband and children are the whole reason for being.
So what drew you to the self-help world, that whole being the best ever you and creating all that? Like what draws you to helping people? What is it for you?
I think what I learn about self-help is everybody seems to, and again, that's a generalization, but we all seem to have these moments where we're reaching to learn about ourselves at some point in our life. Some people have the good fortune of just being, born amazing and they never need help. If you find those people, let me know.
Yeah.
That's somebody I want to interview. But most of us have something about us that we work on. And for me, it's been dealing with a life-threatening condition. I have anaphylaxis to food allergies, and it's also that having that affects self-confidence for me in a variety of ways. And if you were to meet me in person, you'd discover that I'm really quite shy, versus wanting to be on a stage. Yeah. Going to hiccup with Percolate for sure. Yeah. I don't see myself on stage with my book. I'm not one of those who is like, oh, I need to do this kind of thing. Right. So, we all have things about us. And I think the Best Ever You Network is a group of people that, accepts you for you, boogers and all.
I love that. I love it. Accepts you for you. That's what it's about, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And our moments of, I love, they're used to me like, oh, here come the green smoothies again or whatever. We're changing all the time. Yeah. And that's what's cool about Best Ever You. We embrace change and embrace people.
I love it. I love the community you've created. I think it's amazing.
Thank you.
What would you say what did you give up to get where you are today? What kinds of sacrifices did you have to make?
Well, boy, I think That's tough because I don't see my life like that. I
Mm-hmm.
don't really think about what I've given up ever to get. That's a tough one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm pretty happy.
That's good.
I don't feel like I've really given up much to, I've definitely I've given up my love of almonds, maybe. you know.
I had someone, I asked another guest this question, and she turned it around and said, with the way it's worded, it sounds negative because you're having to give something up. So
Yeah.
she said, why don't you look at it like, what did you have to invest?
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. That's an interesting thing too. I mean, I think you really have to, anytime you are achieving, you're following a passion, and you have to be really careful to make sure that you are using your energy properly.
Right.
And I would say, especially as a person, in my case, with food allergies and so forth, there are days where I'll put in a 12-hour day, and then the next day I won't do anything.
Yeah, because you're just bagged.
Yeah, or I'll spread my energy out, so right. I'm incredibly mindful of my energy.
Now,
and where it goes.
How long have you had the life-threatening allergies?
Those I developed in my mid-20s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was not born with them. I developed them after pregnancy.
Oh.
And I think it probably saved Quinn.
Uh-huh.
None of the kids have food allergies, and so I kind of like to think of it as it maybe helped him.
Yeah.
And it didn't give him something life-threatening to deal with.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's right or not, but I like to think of it like that.
Absolutely. You don't want your kids to have to go through things like that.
Yeah, I'd much rather be dealing with it than...
Yeah, exactly. As a parent, yes, for sure. What do you think is your unique skill set or superpower that's helped you become so successful?
I think I'm a dot connector.
Okay.
If I had to pick one thing, I lived my life through three things.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things, but three main things: gratitude, compassion, and collaboration. So when I encounter a soul, I apply those three things instantly.
Yeah.
And I don't process through people. I don't trample on people to get something done or accomplished. Mm-hmm. Incredibly mindful of other people. And where I can, I will connect the dot to help somebody else move forward. I think there's plenty of room for us all to achieve, and I think people forget that.
You know what? I would have to agree with that 100%. All this competition, and yes, to a certain degree, competition is healthy, but when you're, as you said, you're stepping on other people, and no, that's not it. And I mean, in the photography industry, for me, people always talk about competition and what's this photographer doing, and I always tell myself, no, I don't care what other photographers are doing. My only competition is me. As long as I'm improving along my journey and my path, that's all that matters to me. I don't care what other photographers are doing.
Exactly. And, I think I love to respect other people for sure. When other people are doing amazing things, respect in oodles. But it's super important to remain incredibly true to yourself, your skill set, improve yourself. You really are only in competition with yourself. I've learned so much from our children in that regard because they're all different. Yeah. And one is going to grad school for meteorology.
Wow.
One's a college baseball player. Another one is we don't know quite what Quade's going to do. He's doctor. He's like a chemist / biologist, doctor brewing. Yeah.
Sciences.
Total scientist. He's like Dexter's Laboratory up there. That old cartoon. But he goes to RIT. And it's just really interesting especially in sports, go to the one who plays sports, for example. He's a lefty pitcher.
Yeah.
And even the best pitchers respect each other's pitching. They know where they stop and somebody else has something better to win the game or whatever. Really college athletics are really interesting.
That's good that they're mindful of that, though, at the younger age. That will obviously, hopefully, carry on through into their post-education days and life in general, right?
You have to now we'll really break your format and have the 4 kids on. You can interview them. They've been raised with, they get so annoyed sometimes with Best Ever You. They'll go #gratitude. There's been a sign that they grew up with on the refrigerator that's #gratitude.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that is, be careful when you follow the masses, for sometimes the M is silent.
I love that. That's great.
These poor kids. They've been Best Ever You to the point of annoying.
Well, I guess growing up around it, I mean.
Yeah. And what kids don't roll their eyes at parents?
Oh, of course. Parents aren't cool.
No. And, there's one platform, so I love social media and it just annoys them. And so there's one platform where I'm on, but I'm not allowed to really be on, and that's Snapchat. Are you on Snapchat?
No, I'm not, no.
Oh, I think you need to be there. It's you can change you can put little whiskers on your face. And talk
lots of filters.
It's really cute. It's really annoying to your kids, that's for sure.
I don't even know if my kids are on there anymore. I know they were when they were younger. But I'm not sure if they're still on there or not. I know they're both on Instagram, and I don't know if they're on that anymore. They're both on TikTok, I believe, which is, I guess, the latest social media platform. So
super fun. I'm not on TikTok.
No, neither am I.
Pass on that one.
Yeah. So, what makes you feel inspired or like your best self?
Well, I think I feel inspired and my best self through probably photography.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a hobby photographer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I take a lot of pictures of things that don't move.
Inanimate objects, yeah.
Yes, a lot of flowers. And it's a source of joy for me. And I have a blog on my personal website that is new. It's on ElizabethGuarino.com is a blog called Life with the Zoom Lens On.
Oh, okay.
And I kind of just take up one of my pictures that I've taken and write a little blog about something self-help.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. Sure.
Yeah, and look at those pictures with the kind eye.
I'm sure they're great.
But
I will definitely check it out, though.
But it was one of those moments where you're not the best at something,
right?
But it's something that you enjoy doing.
There you go. As long as you enjoy doing it.
Yeah. That or baking chocolate chip cookies. I don't know. I love a good chocolate chip cookie.
Yes, chocolate chip cookies are great.
Those are the best self-help sometimes.
They are.
Better than a green smoothie.
What is a passion of yours that you rarely share with people, and why not?
I have a passion for running, but I never do it. In my head, I'm the best marathon runner ever.
Yeah.
But in my actual action, I'm a walk down the street human being. It is hilarious. The two worlds collide. And no best yoga pants or any shoes or anything fixes that. I'm just not a good runner.
Yeah.
And And
so you're passionate in your head about it.
I am. I mean, running a marathon, I'm in awe of those people.
Yes, absolutely.
And there's a section in humor is very important to me, if you can't tell, but there's a section in Percolate where I talk about wogging, and it's wogging, WOGGING, and it's the moment you walk out of your house and think all of your neighbors are looking at you run.
Yeah.
And so you run by their houses really fast, cool, When you get past their house, you walk.
I love it.
You have your
That's a great term. Wogging.
So you're really impressive for a moment.
Yes. The neighbors think you're great.
The neighbors all know.
Yeah.
But it's super funny. But yeah, so no, I walk up and down the street and say hi to everybody and all that good stuff. But I have a total wogging marathon joke in my mind.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh.
Can you share a situation that's occurred in your life that you feel provides insight as to your character, who you are? Is there any particular situation you think defines that?
Yeah, since a young age, I am not a drinker, smoker, drug user, or even prescription drug user.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact about me that that is not out there a lot.
Yeah.
I'll have a glass of wine here and there, but I was that person in high school who was clean and sober. I had one really nasty year in college, and I was like, "Oh, nope, not for me."
Yeah.
And yeah, just that to me, like what you do when you're with yourself, you have to. I think that's part of it. People hate themselves.
Yeah.
And it's a tricky world if you hate yourself. And when you hate yourself, you say and do really mean things to yourself. And,
you have to learn to love your own company.
Yeah, that's tough. And
it is
that's
for a lot
why
of people
can hardly stand pausing like this. You're stuck with yourself in a profound way.
Well, this situation we're in too would really enhance that for people too, right? Because
oh my gosh, yes. Chris Fuller and I have been talking about how everything is amplified and magnified. Whatever you were before, you're 100,000 more of it now.
Yeah, for
sure. So, yeah, she wrote something the other day. You emerge. I can't even remember, but it was something about you drink more, you eat more, or you're exercising more.
Yeah. What I heard someone say, people are going to come out of this either a hunk.
Yeah, that's what it was.
A hunk, a chunk, or a drunk.
And I laughed. I'm like, I don't know.
Interesting.
So, yeah, no, really, it kind of shows, and alcohol sales are up and all this stuff. So,
for sure.
and that's common for people to apply coping mechanisms and sometimes the wrong ones. So on the Best Ever You Network, we talk about our fundamental zones and our principles and journaling and things like that to kind of help curtail some of our behaviors.
Excellent.
Yeah, more tools for the toolbox to reach for rather than, substances and things like that.
Yeah. What sound or noise do you love?
Oh, totally the ocean.
The ocean?
I bet everybody says that, though.
Some people. Some people have said silence is good.
I love piano.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to relax to music, sometimes I'll turn on like iHeartRadio and find a classical piano station.
Okay.
I also love the ocean, and my favorite thing, I'm just going to say his name, Vito Solano's little laughter is really cute. Little kid, like 3-year-old laughter.
Yeah.
They get that little infectious laugh.
Yeah.
They're so
for
cute.
Sure.
2-3-year-old laughter is funny.
Oh yeah. What would you say is one of your favorite words?
I have so many words. Oh, geez.
Let's pick two.
Envision is a nice one.
Yeah.
Well, we already talked about gratitude, compassion, and collaboration. Those are my top 3. So if I have to pick a couple more, I obviously love percolate. Because that's the, your message and you and everything growing and changing and so forth.
Yeah.
So I love percolate. And beyond that, I love envision. I am not a person who will tell you to necessarily stay in this moment.
Yeah.
I kind of cringe when people say stay in this moment because it's so limiting.
It is.
And I love if you stay in the moment, I get it. If you stay in the moment all the time, you're not dreaming.
Yeah. You're not moving forward.
No. And that kills that makes futuristic thinkers feel like they can't do what they need to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's
okay.
That's envision kind of goes with
Envision,
that
I like
line of
it.
thinking.
What is your favorite curse word?
Oh, can I say it out loud?
Yeah, of course.
Fuckwit.
Fuckwit. That's a first. No one has said that.
Any
some funny
version of
ones.
yeah. That's funny to me. I don't know why.
It. Yeah.
Yep.
What makes you smile?
I don't swear very much.
Oh, that's okay. Swearing's fine. It's a release. It's a good release.
Yeah, exactly. My kids might tell you otherwise, though.
Yeah.
What did you say? What makes me smile?
Yeah. What makes you smile?
Well, I think interviews like this, where you have a chance to talk to somebody else about things that you love, and there's a conversation back and forth that's engaging. I think that is, gold.
Well, thank you. I love that. And yes, the conversation, it is great having good conversation with people, and it just flows. It's not forced. It just happens. It is great. I love it.
Yeah, I do too. So thank you for that. This is fun.
Thank you. What would your perfect day be like?
Can it include pizza?
It can include whatever you want. It's your perfect day. You tell me.
My perfect day is pizza. I know that's probably not, incredibly, most people will probably be like a yacht, and I'm not, my perfect day is actually very pause-ish. I love it when the sun is shining like it is today.
Yeah.
And, a perfect day is you get to do a little bit of everything that you love to do. And it would include pizza. Pizza,
right.
Coffee, walking, all the fun things. Yeah.
Wogging.
Wogging.
just to show the neighbors.
Cracks me up. Wogging. I've done that, really. That's a true story.
That's so funny.
Yeah. And what's funny about that is you think they're actually listening or watching, I mean.
Yeah.
No one's watching you.
No one cares.
Or walk up and down the street. No one gives one. They're probably over there like, hallelujah, she's out.
To what extent do you think that you shape your own destiny, and how much is up to fate? What do you believe there?
Oh boy, that one's changed for me. I tend to really think you meet people for a reason. Mm-hmm. You have to pause to really understand what that's for and why you're encountering people. Do I think it's all, pre-planned? I don't know so much, but it sure is interesting who you encounter in life if you really stop and foster those relationships.
Yeah.
And some people come in and out of your life, and some people stay. And that's fascinating to me too.
Yeah, I've always thought about that as well, even from when I was a teenager, and I look back on friendship, even now too, looking back on friendships that I had, and you wonder, and I've always heard that people come into your life for a reason, and once that reason has been fulfilled, they move on. And then there's, of course, the ones that stay a long time. Like I have 3 very good friends from high school that I'm still in touch with from when we were 17. And then I've got another friend of mine that I've known since I was about 4 years old, and we still talk. So it's interesting, the dynamic of relationships and why certain people stick around in your life, why they're there still, and why others just come and go. It's interesting to me.
Me as well. And the only thing it doesn't explain are your children. Yeah. And so forth. Although I tend to think a few of my kids have been here before. Some of them are, some feel like young souls and some feel like old souls. Yeah. And it's really hard to explain and sound like a sane person. But it's kind of interesting, and maybe that's just the way people are programmed and the way people are. Yeah. But it's very interesting to me to have, for example, our 10-year-old interested in World War II planes.
Yeah, I would say so. A 10-year-old?
Yeah, I took him. My husband had a conference in D.C. and I put him on the plane with us, and I took him to all the Air and Space Museums took him to like the Enola Gay and all the things that you could see. in DC, and he already knew him.
Wow.
And it was really bizarre.
I bet.
So I'm like, memory much? Pretty wild. No idea. But he's got a great memory. And it's just kind of like, wow,
interesting. It's very intriguing.
Yeah, for kind of out of the blue, and neither one of us particularly as parents interested in that. It's something he's interested in. And I just find people fascinating, I guess.
Absolutely.
Even with your own, I'm sure you get fascinated with your own kids and what they do too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What
does the word empowerment mean to you?
Boy, I just came across that word again yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Talking about, yes, I did. It comes and goes in my life. And boy, do you want about empowering? I think it's really all about empowering others. I really do.
Well, I think we have to empower ourselves too, though.
Yes. I mean, I think there's got to be an intersection. I've been thinking a lot about this between like self-confidence and empowerment. But it stops at trampling on people.
Yes.
So I tend to rephrase empowerment into conscious ambition.
Okay.
So that for those who have ambition, empowerment is confusing sometimes. Because sometimes if you feel too empowered, you can come off overly ambitious and trampling.
Right.
And so that's where the sense of gratitude and being aware that there's enough room for everybody come into play.
Yeah.
But empowerment also, have you ever been around somebody who makes you feel like you are just not empowered?
Yep. I have.
You know it when you come, they'll like the guy who said I was a washed up soccer mom.
Yeah.
Your energy energy
just sucks the energy right out of you.
Yeah. It's like you just turn white as a sheet and the energy goes.
Yeah.
And so whatever it takes to avoid that is empowerment.
Okay.
And then it caps off at, being, I applaud ambition, but I don't applaud ambition when it's really manipulative.
Yeah. What would you say is the best advice you've ever received?
The best advice I have ever received was probably I have so much in my head never give up.
Never give up.
I think that's the best advice I've ever received. And my dad said that to me.
I love it. It's true, though. You shouldn't give up because you never know. A friend of mine sent me a meme, never give up. And it was a picture of a guy picking away in a mine at the walls, and there's diamonds on the other side. And he got to a point, he probably could have just put the pickaxe through the wall one more time and he would have been there. And it shows him walking away.
Yes.
And the line is never give up because you never know how close you are.
Yeah. Follow those passions, follow those dreams, goals, and so forth.
Yeah.
And when you encounter somebody who sucks the energy out of you, run.
Yeah. Run the other way.
Yeah. And you know it when you do. And those can be the moments where you really question yourself.
Yeah.
You question whether you're terrible at something or should just, like I've had so many people say to me, go get a real job. I'm like, well,
what is a real job?
Means. Yeah. Define what that means to me. So I put my suit on and I leave the house for 14 hours. That's your real job. Okay?
Yeah, exactly. I
don't know what that means. So you have to be really careful whose advice you intake and their energy and their background and history as well, because you can encounter a lot of people who haven't achieved what they're trying to achieve and don't want you to either.
Yes. Well, you have to be careful who you surround yourself with. Selective, we'll say.
Yes.
Who you surround yourself with.
Surround yourself with love.
That's right. What is one of your favorite quotes?
Oh, I kind of like Sally Huss for this one.
Okay.
She says, carry on.
Carry on. Simple and to the point. Carry on.
Carry on.
Okay. How would you like to be remembered?
Oh, geez. I think I would just like to be remembered as being kind to everyone I met.
That's a good thing to have. That's a great trait. If you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be?
Learn how to run? No.
Stop wogging. Don't wog.
Yes. Actually run.
Run a marathon.
No. Yeah, we know that, how there's just some things you just aren't, there's some
cut
things
out for you.
Not going to do. Yeah, that's not one of them for me, so I won't. I would tell my younger self to have stayed in school for that extra year. I was in such a rush to graduate high school. I graduated a year early with honors, and did kind of the same thing in college, thinking, there was, life to be conquered.
Right.
And I think I probably should have slowed that down. So maybe slow down a little bit.
Okay.
My 51-year-old self, as much as I've got going on and I still am mindful about it. And back then, I think I probably did piss people off.
Right.
And probably was in kind of a rush and didn't really care.
Okay.
Up to about probably 23, 24.
Well, as we get older too, we learn to adjust things and live different ways and change our habits and all of that, right?
Yes. And I think for me, especially having children was a really a huge moment for me, where I was like, oh, this is so not about me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
About you.
Yes.
And that's so much more fun.
Yeah. Do you have any big projects that you're currently working on or coming down the pike that you'd like to share with the audience?
Well, thank you for asking that. We do actually.
Oh, let's hear it.
As we continue on with Best Ever You moving forward, we have a new book coming out. And then with that, I think we're going to be launching a series of journals to really get to the heart of some of the things that we want to teach. I think we've been focused on the website and content and so forth. I think we're going to probably move into a little bit less one-on-one coaching and maybe more seminars and so forth as the world will allow. Oh,
very good. Very good.
It'll be tricky, I'm sure.
When is the book coming out? Do you know?
We don't have a date for that yet.
Oh, okay.
Not yet. We have it out there.
Do we have a title? Can you share that?
I can't yet. I can't yet. It has the words "Best Ever You" in it, though, which is different than Percolate. This one will teach our 6 fundamentals and our core principles and questions to ask yourself, and have stories in it of people who have used the Best Ever You network to make changes in their life.
Okay. And lastly, if you were to deliver your last 30-second speech to the world, what do you think that last 30 seconds would sound like?
I would say the same thing I've always said: treat each person you encounter with kindness, gratitude, compassion, and a sense of collaboration, because you really never know what's going on in another person's life unless you pause and pay close attention.
I love it. Be mindful.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being a guest today, Elizabeth. It was such a pleasure chatting with you. And I'm just in awe of all that you have done and all that you continue to do. You're an inspiration. It's been amazing chatting with you and having you share a bit of your journey and your experiences in life up to this point.
Thank you so much, Brad, for having me on your wonderful show, and best of luck as you continue on with all of your guests and you grow and change and do all the things you're doing. So it's neat to see you podcasting. I love it. It's a great show.
Much. Thank you. Once again, my name is Brad Welsh, host of your Empowerography podcast. My guest today was Elizabeth Hamilton-Guarino. She is a Hay House author and the CEO of the Best Ever You network. Thanks, Elizabeth. I hope you have a wonderful day and a great weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends. You can find me at visuphoria.ca and follow me on Instagram at Empowerography Podcast and on Facebook at Empowerography. Please join me next time for another inspirational story from yet another amazing woman.